What is up? It is me again, Nintendo Console Gamer. As you can tell, I have a little bit of a runny nose, but actually the gameplay I'm bringing you guys is some Classic Controller Pro sniping with the phase rifle. I needed a reason to excuse using specialization, so I just decided to throw on the Classic Controller Pro and use it like that. But for whatever reason, I still managed to get a decent game, but you can see me struggling here. I went, I believe, 22 and 10, which is it's not YouTube worthy by my normal standards, but since it's the Classic Controller Pro, I thought I'd just go ahead and post it, and I goofed so much right there. But either way, guys, I was going to talk about both of the new next-gen consoles that are going to be coming out later this year, but I think I'm just going to make this whole commentary about the Xbox One since it just got announced. And yeah, so what is there to say about the Xbox One other than it looks completely horrible? I'm not sure how Microsoft did it, but I think they're really shooting themselves in the foot with this thing, and I just can't believe that anybody would actually want it. For one, the presentation seemed to be exclusively focused on TV and the television features that the Xbox One has, and I don't really need an Xbox One to watch TV. That's what I got a TV for. So I really don't think they're advertising it as one of the main features. It's like a cable box instead of a game console, which it doesn't make any sense, and it's really stupid on Microsoft's part, and I don't understand why they're trying to do that. But yeah, basically this gameplay is just me camping and trying to kill people, because that's really the only way to do it with the Classic Controller Pro. I was also using the warp pistol because you can spray everywhere with it and still do some damage. But either way, so I don't like what the Xbox One is doing so far. So it really seems like Microsoft is messing up big time with this. And I don't know what they're doing, but I don't know, maybe they've got some master plan, but to me it just all seems off. And especially more the news about at least a big rumor about them blocking used games, or not blocking them, but selling them for full retail price, and also borrowing games will be blocked, so you have to pay full price if you want to borrow a game, which is absolutely absurd. So let's say I want to take, let's just imagine for a moment that Conduit 2 is on the Xbox One. I want to take Conduit 2 to my friend's house, and I want to play Conduit 2 with my friend because he doesn't have the game, so I want to play it with him at his house. And so basically what he has to do with his Xbox One is he has to pay, you know, however much the game costs new to do that, which is absurd, and it doesn't make any sense to me. It's just another one of those things Microsoft did wrong. So then another thing that was, I think just recently, I think it was just today, somebody found out that Microsoft actually had a patent for the Xbox One that would allow them to have the Connect 2.0 or 2 or whatever it is. Well, it's always going to be online. I mean, it's not always online, but the Connect 2 always has to be on for the Xbox to actually work. And another part of that is that the Kinects, they had a patent for the Kinect that would allow it to actually watch what you're doing at all times, send that, upload that online, because it can connect to the internet whenever it wants, It's always watching you. It's always has to be turned on for the Xbox to work. And it's always online, so it can upload whatever it wants to you online. But what's more, and which is what we didn't know already, excuse me, I had to sniffle there, but is that it can actually the patent is for the ability to actually sense how many people are in the room, and it will charge you extra to play if you have extra people in the room, or it just won't let you do it at all. And that's like having a friend over and playing games is not going to work anymore unless you're willing to pay a price. Also, what's more is that since they've been advertising all this television stuff, TV, was mentioned at least 1,000,000 times in their conference. Watching TV, it's like, what do people want to do when they come over to your house, when you have a party? What do you want to do? You want to either, oh yeah, and they also emphasize sports a lot in their conference, because they have this new partnership with the NFL and all that. But have you ever heard of a Super Bowl watch party with just one person? Or, like, do you only ever watch TV, like, do you ever watch movies with more than one person? Or do you always just watch movies by yourself? Like, is there no such thing as a family movie night? Even just having a friend over to see a movie? But the Xbox One, the Kinect sensor will be able to sense, it'll be able to see other people in the room. It'll be able to hear them. It'll be able to sense their body heat and their heartbeat. So there's really no getting around it. And if it doesn't, excuse me, sorry. And if you want to just put like duct tape over it, your Xbox won't work anymore. So the Xbox One is looking worse and worse with each successive announcement. Also, they recently announced that current headsets will not work with the Xbox One. You'll have to buy specific Xbox One compatible headsets. So that's another thing against it. And they haven't even revealed the price yet. And I have a feeling it's not going to be good, because of all the tech that's packed into it. But the real thing that kind of bothers me is its ability to spy on you. You're paying for someone to spy on you, basically, and it feels wrong. And oh yeah, what's more, most of their services, with all their sports and stuff, will not be available outside of the United States. So, I mean, like, really, who actually wants to buy this thing anymore? They didn't even show, really, I believe all they showed for games was, let's see, Forza 5, or Forza, depending on how you pronounce it. They showed Call of Duty Ghosts, and they showed the EA Sports games, and I can't remember if they showed anything else. I don't think they did. So they hardly showed any games for it either. So it looks like an overpriced cable box that can spy on you and will charge you extra for more than one person to use it. It's pretty much absurd. And like, okay, so nobody really knows if this spying thing is actually going to be a feature. It's just a patent at this point. But with what's been revealed about the Kinect 2, it should be fully capable of doing that. As in, you should technically, from a technical standpoint, it looks like it should be able to to be able to spy on you. So even if it's not a feature from the start, it could easily be added in as a firmware upgrade, which is kind of scary. Um, so I mean, let's just be honest. It doesn't sound like a good thing to me. I was very impressed by the PS4 when it was announced. It looked incredibly good, and I thought about buying one, and I still am thinking about buying one. But the Xbox One has done nothing but turn me away from it. I mean, all it's done so far, it's alienated former fans. I mean, several people have on IGN and all the forums and stuff have said that they've been longtime Xbox fans, but they've had enough. And also, on top of that, they're pushing away people who would potentially buy it having never bought an Xbox before, saying, well, maybe this is the generation I buy an Xbox. I'd be open to that. But now they pretty much eliminated the chance of that happening because of what they've been doing. So that's just my opinion on the Xbox One, but the gameplay has ended. I didn't really even know I had gotten a decent score until I looked at the scoreboard. I saw I had 22 kills, and I was like, what? But either way, guys, hope you enjoyed this little rant commentary. Hope you don't buy the Xbox One. See you later.